puntate e ci colleghiamo oggi con il nostro presentatore ufficiale Jim Sweet di Sun Radio direttamente dal suo portico a Austin, Texas. A te la parola, Jim.
Thank you, Andrea, and welcome to the premiere episode of Long Monday, a celebration of the life of the late, great John Prine. This production is produced by Appaloosa Records and IRD International, the home of Old Boy Records in Italy, along with the Towns, Vans, and International Festival, founded 16 years ago in a small village near Milan. Also pitching in Buscadero Magazine, the voice of Americana music in Italy for 40 years, which has often featured John Prine on its cover. You know, these are challenging times for magazines, so please consider subscribing to Buscadero at home. And now, let's meet the first group of artists who will perform this week. Joshua Britt will start us off from the band The Orphan Brigade. Joshua produced the final videos that John Prine did. Then we'll hear from Mary Gauthier, a native of the great state of Louisiana, and her partner Jaimee Harris, who was raised right here in the Lone Star State of Texas. Next, we'll hear from David Grissom, the legendary guitar player for people like Joe Ely, James McMurtry, and John Mellencamp. And we'll close out the first segment of our production this week with the Canadians, Paul Rigby and Paul Mostard.
I don't care if the sun don't shine, but I bet old people will wonder. Couldn't care less if it never stopped raining, except the kids are afraid of the thunder, say sour grapes. You can laugh and stare, say sour grapes, but I don't care. Couldn't care less if I didn't have a friend, except that people would say I was crazy. I wouldn't work 'cause I don't need the money, except the same folks that say I was lazy, say sour grapes. You can laugh and stare, say sour grapes, but I don't care. Couldn't care less if she'd never come back, I was gonna leave her anyway. And all the good times that we shared don't mean a thing today, say sour grapes. You can laugh and stare, say sour grapes, but I don't care, say sour grapes. You can laugh and stare, say sour grapes, but I don't care.
people ain't kind. You open up their hearts, here's what you find. A few frozen pizzas, some ice cubes with hair, a broken popsicle. You don't wanna go there. Some humans ain't human, though they walk like we do. They live and they breathe just to turn the old screw. They screw you when you're sleeping, they try to screw you blind. Some humans ain't human, some people ain't kind. You might go to church, sit down in a pew. Those humans who ain't human could be sitting right next to you. They talk about your family, they talk about your clothes, when they don't know their own ass from their own elbows. Jealousy and stupidity don't equal harmony. Jealousy and stupidity don't equal harmony.
Have you ever noticed when you're feeling real good, there's always a pigeon that'll come and shit on your hood? Or you're feeling your freedom and the world's off your back, and some cowboy from Texas starts his own war in Iraq. Some humans ain't human, some people ain't kind. They lie through their teeth with their heads up there behind. You open up their heart, here's what you'll find. Some humans ain't human, some people ain't kind.
John Prine.
What a loss. John Prine. Rest in peace, my friend.
Yeah, I hung out with John a few times over the years, and it was never like really hanging out with one of your heroes. It was just like being with one of the guys. We should all aspire to that level of artistry that he had, but also that sense of humor. And he always had that twinkle in his eye. And I'm going to do one now, a little different than he did it. I don't think he'd mind. It goes like this. You must be daddy's little pumpkin, I can tell by the way you roll. You must be daddy's little pumpkin, I can tell by the way you roll. Yeah, it's 11:15 and you're sleeping on the bedroom floor. I can see the fire burning, burning right behind your eyes. I can see the fire burning, burning right behind your eyes. You must have swallowed a candle and some other kind of surprise. I'm going down to Memphis, got $300 in cash. I'm going down to Memphis, got $300 in cash. All the women in Memphis wanna see how long my money gonna last. I'm going downtown, gonna rattle somebody's cage. I'm going downtown, gonna rattle somebody's cage. I'm gonna beat on my guitar, strut all around the street. My baby coming, don't you tell the sweet daddy's in jail. If you see my baby coming, don't you tell her that her daddy's in jail. 'Cause she sell a sweet pumpkin just to say the sweet daddy's bail. You must be daddy's sweet pumpkin, I can tell by the way you roll. You must be daddy's little pumpkin, I can tell by the way you roll. Well, you never do nothing to save your doggone soul. John Prine.
Ciao Italia. Ciao. I wish you love and happiness. Yes, I wish you all the best. I hope you don't, like I do, and fall in love with someone like you. 'Cause if you do, just like I did, fall around the block like a little kid. Kids don't know, they can hardly guess how hard it is. Wish you happiness. Some say love like a Christmas card, decorate the tree, throw it in the yard. It decays and dies, and the snowman melts. If I wonder love, I knew how love felt. I'm in love, love knew me. When I walk, love walk with me. Got no shame, got no pride. I got so much love that I cannot hide. Get proud. Goddamn shame, it's an awful man. How hard it is, wishing happiness. How hard it is, wishing happiness. I guess I wish you all.
You're listening to Long Monday, a celebration of the late, great John Prine. We'll begin the second segment of our show this week with Thom Chacon, a talented songwriter out of Durango, Colorado, who, by the way, has also appeared on the cover of Italy's Buscadero magazine. Then we'll hear from Lilly Hiatt, the daughter of the famed multi-Grammy Award nominee John Hiatt. The next artist will be Ronnie Cox, who is also an actor. You may remember him from his starring role in the motion picture RoboCop. And we'll conclude the segment with Will Sexton from right here in Austin, Texas. Will got his start in the music business along with his older brother Charlie Sexton at the famed Continental Club when Will was just 9 years old. He'll be joined in his song by his wife, Amy Lavere.
Well, here we are. Hope everybody's doing okay out there. My family and we're here in Durango, Colorado on our property. We feel super fortunate to have some space around us, and I know some of you are stuck in small apartments, and we're praying for you. I have faith that things will get better soon. A few days ago, my wife and I were in a hospital room welcoming our daughter Hazel into the world, healthy baby girl. So now my son Dylan has a little sister. We're just so thrilled and feel so fortunate right now, like a dose of sunshine in our lives. When we were in the hospital room, we got news that John Prine had passed away. And there we were, you know, admiring our beautiful baby girl, a new life, and thinking about John Prine, who is gone. And it reminded me that we're not here for a long time, and that we got to get to live in and doing the things that we love. For me, that's writing songs and playing music. John Prine wrote a song many years ago called Speed of the Sound of Loneliness, a song I've loved for many years. I'll play it for you. Come home late, you come home early. You come home big when you're feeling small. You come home straight and you come home curly. Sometimes you don't come home at all. What in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. Well, I got a heart that burns with the fever, and I got a word in a jealous mind. How can a love that lasts forever get left so far behind? What in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the spirit
mighty mean and a dreadful sorrow has crossed the evil line today. How can you ask about tomorrow when we ain't got one word to say? What in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run. Stay safe, everybody. We'll see you next time.
I wake up to a clock that's John Prine forever.
I guess this must have been like 1971, maybe early 1972. I was still living in New York, and I had just done my first film, Deliverance, and my agents in New York wanted me to come out to California and meet with producers and directors and people, get to know people. And so they arranged for me to stay at a hotel on the Sunset Strip, the Sunset Marquis. It was famous back in those days. And so I came out to meet with producers and directors. And there was a young songwriter from Chicago that was out there meeting record people too. His name was John Prine. And neither he nor I knew anyone else in town. So the two of us hung out for 3 or 4 days while we were out here and got to be sort of good friends. And he gave me a copy of his album, even gave me an advance copy of Diamonds in the Rough. And I've been a fan of John's ever since. And his passing has hit us all. Sam Stone came home to his wife and family after serving in the conflict overseas. And the time that he served shattered all his nerves, left a little shrapnel in his knee. And the morphine eased the pain, the grass grew around his brain, and gave him all the confidence he lacked. With a purple heart and a monkey on his back. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes. Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pitchers have big ears, don't try to count the years. Sweet songs never last too long on broken radio. Sam Stone's welcome home didn't last too long. He went to work when he'd spent his last dime. But Sammy took to stealing when he got that empty feeling for $100 habit without overtime. And the gold rose through his veins like 1,000 railroad trains, and eased his mind in the hour that he chose, while the kids ran around wearing other people's clothes. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes. Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pitchers have big ears, don't try to count the years. Sweet songs never last too long on broken radio. Sam Stone was alone when he popped his last balloon, climbing while I was sitting in a chair. They played his last request. The room smelled just like death, with an overdose hovering in the air. But life had lost its fun. There was nothing to be done but trade his house that he'd bought on the GI Bill for a flag draped casket on the local hero's hill. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes. Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pictures have big ears, don't try to count the years. Sweet songs never last too long on broken radio.
Is there ever enough space between us to keep us both honest and true? Why is it so hard to just sit in the yard and stare at the sky so blue? I got a new way of walking, new way of talking, honey, when I'm around you. But it gives me the blues when I got some good news and you're not there to bring it to. Yeah, life is a blessing, it's a delicatessen of all the little favors you do. All wrapped up together, no matter the weather, baby, you always come through. It's a measure of treasure, gives me the pleasure of loving you the way I do. And you know I'd gladly say I need your love badly and bring you all these things to you. 'Cause you got gold, gold inside of you. You got gold, gold inside of you. But I got some gold inside me too. But I think that I'm knowing that I gotta be going. You know I hate to stay so long. It gives me an ocean, mixed up emotions. I have to work it out in song. Well, I'm leaving a lot for the little I got, but you know a lot of little will do. And you give me your love and let it shine up above, got my way back home to you. 'Cause you got gold, gold inside you. You got gold, gold inside of you. I got some gold inside me too. You got wheels turning inside of you. You got wheels turning inside of you. I got wheels turning inside me too. I think we got it with that.
What a tune.
And now let's move on to the third and final segment of this week's Long Monday, a celebration of the late, great John Prine. We'll start off with the folk troubadour Graham Weber, who lives right here in Austin. Next, we'll hear from David Huckfelt, co-leader of the band The Pines, along with Benson Ramsey. Then, we'll listen to the multi-instrumentalist Canadian roots artist Linda McRae. And we'll finish up this week's Long Monday with Ben Glover, a native of Ireland who now calls Nashville, Tennessee his home.
Rain came down on a tin roof, hardly a sound was left from the birthday party. Kitchen light fell asleep on the bedroom floor. Me and her were talking softer than all the time before I lost her. But you sat on top of the chest of drawers. One red rose in the Bible, pressed between the holy alphabet. Probably wouldn't believe you if you told me, but I never knew I ever will forget. Rainy nights get dark real early, dress was soft and her hair was curly. Danced round the table to the old banjo. Rainy nights were made for lovers. You lay there still beneath the covers, and I ain't never felt like that before. One red rose in the Bible, pressed between the holy alphabet. Probably wouldn't believe you if you told me, but I never knew I never will forget. But I never knew I never will forget.
Hello, this is David Huckfelt of the Minneapolis folk band The Pines. I'm checking in today with one of my favorite John Prine songs of all time. I have about 392 favorite John Prine songs. Each one is like a Toyota truck. You can drive forever, the wheels never fall off. But this song in particular strikes me for these times of crisis, where some people are showing their very best, and some people are showing their very worst, the American president being at the top of that list. You've asked if I can tell a story about John Prine. I only met him once, but I have had the good pleasure and honor of becoming friends with Iris DeMent quite close in the last few years, and I always heard this story about John Prine floating around festivals and such, that before every show, John would need to have 2 Dairy Queen hot dogs in order to go on that night. It's just like an urban legend that floated around. And it got to the point where I really just had to know the answer. So one night, after a long front porch jam session in Decorah, Iowa, with Iris DeMent, Greg Brown, Joe Price, and Dave Moore, I just turned to Iris. I said, hey, I got a question for you. I said, is it true that John had to have 2 Dairy Queen hot dogs before every show? I'd like to know. And she just looked at me and she said, "Oh, David, gosh, no, it's not true at all. Where'd you hear that?" I kind of shrugged my shoulders, and she said, "It's Dairy Queen French fries. And he only takes one bite and he throws the rest of it in the trash." And so I said, okay, that makes perfect sense to me. So here's a John Prine song, one of my favorites. It's called People Putting People Down. People who are sad, sometimes they wear a crown. People who are kings, sometimes they wear a crown. But all the people who don't fit get the only fun they get. People putting people down. People putting people down. People without love, sometimes they build a fence around. A garden up above makes the whole world go round. But all the people who don't fit get the only fun they get. People putting people down. People putting people down. So cold. Sometimes it gets so cold. So you may lose your wife, you may lose your family, you may lose your mind just to keep your sanity. But all the people who don't fit get the only fun they get. People putting people down. People putting people down. People who are glad, sometimes they wear a smile. People without dreams, oh yeah, they walk the extra mile. And all the people who don't fit get the only fun they get. People putting people down. People putting people down. People putting people down. People putting people down. So cold. Sometimes it gets so cold. So cold. Sometimes it gets so cold. Thank you, John. We love you.
Well, hello, folks. It's a different world today, that's for sure. Thank you to the Buscadero folks and to Andrea Perotti for asking me to do this. We lost a giant a couple of days ago, and I was totally gutted. I've been having a hard time just trying to get kind of back to normal again, but, well, geez, normal, yeah, right. But yeah, John Prine was huge, one of the best singer-songwriters ever. And I remember, it was quite a long time ago, I was in a band called Spirit of the West, and we were playing the Winnipeg Folk Festival. It was 89 or 90. And John Prine was at the festival. His set was incredible. And we were actually supposed to do a workshop with John and Guy Clark and Townes Van Zandt and our band, all of us on the same stage at the same time. But at the last minute, they decided there was too many of us, so they all did their thing, and then we did ours at the end, which was incredibly disappointing. But I got to sit there and watch their set, which was absolutely amazing. We got to see them on New Year's Eve, two New Year's Eves ago, and oh my God, what an amazing show. Just so fantastic. And then some friends of mine I play in a band with here in Nashville, where I live now. We're called Crossing the Caney. Jim Rooney and his regulars do a couple of gigs a year at the Station Inn, and John Prine is kind of an honorary member, and he usually gets us up to do a song, me and my friend Chris and Dale. And this one particular time, I think it was last October, John showed up and they got him up and he did 5 or 6 songs, and oh my God, it was just such a wonderful thing to see him. I just loved going to hear him play. He was one of the most amazing songwriters ever. And he's definitely, you know, the yardstick as a songwriter to try and, you know, put your stuff up against, which is never as good. But anyway, so this is one of my favorite songs. I remember driving into Austin one time and this song came on the radio and it was like, oh yeah, that's so perfect. So here we go. Ain't Hurting Nobody. I'm walking down the street like Lucky LaRue. Got my hands in my pockets, I'm thinking about you. I ain't hurting nobody, I ain't hurting no one. There's 300 men in the state of Tennessee. They're waiting to die, they won't never be free. I ain't hurting nobody, I ain't hurting no one. 6,700,033 lights on. You'd think someone could take the time to sit down and listen to the words of my song. At the beach in Indiana, I was 9 years old. Heard Little Richard singing Tutti Frutti from the top of a telephone pole. I wasn't hurting nobody, I wasn't hurting no one. There's roosters laying chickens, chickens laying eggs, farm machinery eating people's arms and legs. I ain't hurting nobody, I ain't hurting no one. Perfectly crafted popular hit songs never use the wrong rhyme. You'd think that waitress could get my order right the first time. She's a sitting on the back steps, just shucking that corn. That gal's been grinning since the day she was born. She ain't hurting nobody, she ain't hurting no one. I used to live in Chicago, where the cold wind blows. I delivered more junk mail than the junkyard would hold. I wasn't hurting nobody, I wasn't hurting no one. You can fool some of the people part of the time in a rock and roll song. 50 million Elvis Presley fans can't be all wrong. I'm walking down the street like Lucky LaRue. Got my hands in my pockets, I'm thinking about you. I ain't hurting nobody, I ain't hurting no one. I ain't hurting nobody, I ain't hurting no one. I ain't hurting nobody, I ain't hurting no one. Oh, we miss you, John. Thank goodness for the music.
We were standing by peaceful waters, standing by peaceful waters. Oh, Many years ago, along the Illinois-Wisconsin border, there was an Indian tribe. When they found two babies in the woods, white babies. One of them was named Elizabeth. She was the fairer of the two, while the smaller, more fragile one was called Marie. And having never seen white girls before, living on the two legs, known as the twin legs, they named the larger and more beautiful leg Elizabeth. And thus the smaller leg that was hidden from the highway became forever known as Lake Marie. We were standing by peaceful waters, standing by peaceful waters. Many years later, I found myself talking to this girl who was standing there with her back turned towards Lake Marie. And the wind was blowing, especially through her hair. And there were 4 Italian sausages cooking on the outdoor grill, and they were sizzling. And many years later, we found ourselves in Canada, trying to save our marriage or catch a few fish, whatever came first. And that night she fell asleep in my arms, humming the tune of Louie Lua. Ah, baby, we gotta go now. We were standing by peaceful waters, standing by peaceful waters. Barking, the cars were parking, and the loan sharks were sharking, and the narcs were knocking. Practically everyone was there in the parking lot by the forest preserve. The police had found 2 bodies, hey, naked bodies, and their faces had been horribly disfigured by some sharp object. Saw it on the TV news, yeah, the TV news. Black and white video. Do you know what blood looks like in a black and white video? Shadows. Shadows! That's what it looks like. All the love we shared between her and me was slammed up against the banks of old Lake Maui.
Okay, that wraps up this week's edition of Long Monday, a celebration of the late, great John Prine. My name is Jim Swift. I'm the host of the Porch Radio program on the solar-powered Sun Radio Network, headquartered here in Austin, Texas. We'll see you again next week. And now, let's return to the producer of Long Monday, Andrea Parodi, in Milan, Italy.
Grazie a Jim Swift, grazie, ti prometto Jim che tornerò prestissimo a trovarti a Austin, Texas, e aspetto te e Katie qui in Italia per il Towns Van Zandt Festival, dove quest'anno sicuramente ricorderemo anche il grandissimo John Prine. E a tutti gli amici italiani che ci stanno ascoltando, ma anche agli americani, vi chiedo di abbonarvi al Buscadero, in questo momento ce n'è veramente bisogno per ricevere a casa la nostra rivista preferita e aiutare questa rivista, il Buscadero, a restare vivo. Ciao a tutti, a lunedì prossimo.
Saturday needs sun to feel it would never come. Gonna be a long Monday, sitting all alone on a mountain by a river that has no wind. Gonna be a long Monday, stuck like the tick of a clock. Just come on.